Okay. All right. So we don't need two cases here. So so basically what we just had to do right here. And update power moves. This. All right. So it will be all stages dot get, and then all states dot index of state, current state. Okay. So this is the current stage, which remember is a current state, which is a string of those 64 characters, and also an array of 8 ints, which we are going to choose the highest int. The highest int is going to be the move that has been most beneficial in the past. So they all start off with zeros. So really, if 0 might be the maximum, right? And especially if you've only lost or if it's the very first time you've played, 0 might be the highest one. And you could choose any zeros, which is essentially what this was doing right here. It always just chose a random column. But what we want to do is to find the maximum and choose that as the column. Okay, so moves current dot moves. All right, so I'm doing that. Well, it didn't return. Okay, which we haven't decided yet. All right, so we just want to basically return the maximum of this list. The index of the maximum, because the index of the maximum will be what column we want to pick. Okay, so one way we could do this is let the maximum be the very lowest value. I is less than moves length. If moves I is greater than max. Okay, so we do want to choose the column. Int index. So I know that this will always happen because max or moves of I will always be bigger than the minimum. So I'm going to set the index equal to I. I'm going to set the max equals to moves bracket I. And I'm going to return the index. Now, will that? Okay. Only thing I'm thinking here is you're going to have a lot of cases where you got all zeros, and this is just going to return the 0th. So it's going to tend to choose that. Let me do something else. Let me just do max. All right, and I'm going to choose a random value that occurs at those maximums. So like if I had 3 columns that all had a positive 3, it doesn't matter which one I pick. I'm going to pick one at random. If I got 8 zeros, which would be the first play of the game, I'm going to pick one at random. And otherwise, the way that this would work, if I did it before, it would always choose the first value. So what I'm going to do here, now that I figured out what the maximum value is, for int I equals 0, I is less than max, no, that is less than moves dot length. And I'm going to say if moves I is equal to max, I'm going to do maxes dot add I. Now that is an index. Maxes is going to hold the indices that contain this highest value. Yeah. All right, and then I'm going to just choose a random value from that. That'll be a random one of the maximum columns. So return maxes dot get math dot random times maxes dot size. All right, hold on. I need to cast it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to see how this does. I'm just going to let it play for a while, and I'll come back and talk about the results.